India Zuri here with a self-love lesson. I would first like to start off by sending my condolences to the families who lost a loved one in this tragic car crash. I would also like to say that I hope justice is served. Who is Nicole Lorraine Linton? The 37-year-old nurse from Houston, who police says ran a red light and plowed her speeding Mercedes through a busy intersection in Winter Hills, causing a deadly crash. 6 people were killed in the violent wreck at the intersection of La Brea Avenue and Saucer Avenue. The people that passed away include 23-year-old Asheray Ryan and her almost 1-year-old son Alonzo. She also was pregnant, and the father of her unborn child also passed with 2 others. The DA said that the case was still under investigation and would discuss all of the details, but when asked if Linton was driving under the influence, Gaster says there is no evidence of any alcohol use at this point. At the site of the crash on South and La Brea and Slauson, a makeshift memorial continues to grow. Linton was arrested on suspicion of vehicular manslaughter as soon as she got out of the hospital last week. Jail records show that she was held on a $9 million bail at the Century Regional Detention Center. Her bond was originally set at $2 million. Nicole Linton is a 31-year-old nurse from Houston, like I said before. She is charged with 6 counts of murder and 5 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter. If convicted, she could face 90 years to life in prison. During her first court appearance on Monday, tears could be seen rolling down Linton's face. The suspect behind the wheel of the deadly crash was in a wheelchair with a brace on her arm due to injuries she sustained during the crash. This comes just days after she was treated at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. She was not given a bail. Linton will be back in front of the judge on August the 15th, and then her arraignment will resume on October the 26th. It all started on the afternoon of August the 4th. Crews with the Los Angeles County Fire Department were called to the intersection of La Brea and Slauson Avenues on what was initially reported as a fire. When firefighters arrived at the scene, they discovered the horrific 8-vehicle crash. Surveillance video that captured the fierce collision shows the driver of the Mercedes-Benz, being Linton, speeding through the intersection at what investigators estimate to be 90 miles per hour. In addition, Linton did not appear to brake, authorities said. Upon impact, Linton's Mercedes-Benz and 2 other vehicles erupted into flames. The violent wreck came to a stop at the southwest corner of the intersection after at least one vehicle struck a gas station sign. Linton has a history of mental illness and has been involved in 13 prior crashes. Linton is from Houston, Texas, and was in Los Angeles working as a contractor at the Kaiser Permanente West Los Angeles Hospital. She was working for the nursing contract group AMN Healthcare, which she joined in October 2020. AMN Healthcare did not immediately respond to inquiries regarding Linton's credentials. In court on Monday, August the 8th, her attorney said that she has a profound history of mental health problems in other states. He said they would have contributed to the crash and asked for her arraignment to be delayed until October. She did not have drugs or alcohol in her system. Her motive for running the red light and blowing through the intersection remains unclear. Prosecutors also revealed in court that Linton was involved in 13 prior road accidents, including one in 2020 in which two vehicles were totaled. The crash was cited by the Los Angeles Times yesterday, but no further details have emerged. No one from Linton's family has spoken out. According to reports, after breaking up with her partner, 37-year-old Linton tried to kill herself, but in the end, she killed six innocent individuals. There is presently no information online about Nicole's Linton's parents. While their daughter was being detained for the horrific accident she caused, the family of the trained nurse avoid media attention. The source state that Linton has been working at the West Los Angeles Medical Center as a travel nurse. According to her social media profile, she travels between states and works in various ICUs and hospitals. Recently, there has been a search for Nicole Linton's lover. That's because she was allegedly drinking following a fight with him, according to the one of her pals. However, nothing has been confirmed by authorities. Online information revealed that Nicole Linton was childless. According to the article, she once had a boyfriend, but she has never been married. Nicole Linton is said to have a net worth of over $100,000. When I first heard this story, I was like, oh my goodness. I was so shocked by it. I couldn't believe that someone with such of an important job as being an ICU nurse would be drinking and driving. But then I found out that she wasn't drinking and driving, that she allegedly had like a fight with her boyfriend and she was angry and that's why she was speeding. But there's a self love lesson that we can all learn from this incident. She obviously had mental issues and she didn't love herself. She didn't love herself enough to not drive recklessly. She had already had 13 reckless car accidents, and she just, you know, she was just out of control, and she may have really loved this guy, and the guy you know, made her go crazy. Or maybe she always had, issues with love. But we can all learn something from this. We can learn that it's important to love ourselves and put ourselves first and to think about others before we do reckless stuff like that. Because a young family is now gone. Two other women that are unidentified are now gone. And it's just all because of a man, supposedly, allegedly, a man. And us as women, we need to realize that, men, they come and go, and that we cannot take them seriously. We have to put ourselves first and love ourselves and be okay with being by ourselves at no matter what age we are. We have to be okay with being single, being alone, being unmarried. She was unmarried. She didn't have any children. So I guess she felt like she didn't have anything to lose. And so she had a lot going for herself. She was a nurse, making a good amount of money. So it was no reason for her to, she could have gotten any man, but she just let that man cause her to, destroy her life and destroy others' lives. So Nicole Linton definitely needed to love herself and needed to love others also, and realize that, it's more to life than a boyfriend or being in love. My condolences goes out to all parties involved in this. The people who lost loved ones, my condolences go out to them, and my condolences go out to Nicole Linton's family. I think Nicole Linton's family is probably from another country, because when I looked on her Facebook, it seemed like that maybe they were from like an island or Jamaica. I'm not sure, some island. Don't quote me on that. But I bet they're really feeling down about their daughter, causing so much tragic chaos. And they probably wish they would have been there for her. And maybe they were there for her, but I feel sorry for her because she didn't think. She wasn't thinking. She was just going off of her emotions, and she was just trying to hurt herself, and she ended up hurting other people. And I really feel bad for her, and I will be praying for her, and I will be praying for the people, the victims. I know that justice will be served, and I hope she doesn't hurt herself while she's in jail or anything. But I know she's really upset with herself. She probably didn't think that she would end up hurting and killing 6 people. She destroyed her life, and it's a very sad story. And this is a self-love lesson. Love yourself, put yourself first, take care of your mental health, get therapy if you have mental issues, get therapy, get help. There's resources out there to help you. I'm sure she had a therapist based on her income, but maybe she didn't. But I hope her family comes out and supports her with however the court finds her guilty. But it's just a sad story. It's like another woman has lost her life. A young woman with 2 children has lost her life. And a young man and 2 other women have lost their lives. So it's very tragic. I just wish one of her friends would have been there for her, or someone in her family would have been able to talk to her to get her not to be driving reckless like that. Someone could have saved her. But in life, sometimes we do crazy stuff, and we make crazy decisions. It's been plenty of women that have been upset with their boyfriends and was driving reckless, but they probably didn't kill 6 people or run a light. But who are we to judge her? Only God could truly judge her. And I actually feel sorry for her. She seemed like she was, a bright soul. She liked the vacation. She liked the work. She seemed like she was maybe a bright soul. But the people that lost their loved ones, their loved ones was important. They were young. The girl that was pregnant, she was 23 years old, and she was 8 months pregnant. She was almost close to, having her baby. So that is just so sad. And they can't charge her with the murder of the unborn baby because the baby wasn't born. But I just feel like this is just such a sad case, and that we all need to love ourselves and be thankful for what we do have and be grateful for what we do have, and to focus on being mentally healthy, focusing on our mental health as women, and not letting these guys get to us and drive us to the point of rage until we want to end our lives and end others' lives just because they no longer love us or no longer want to be with us. We have to be strong, and we have to realize that our lives are important, and our love for ourselves is the most important love. Self-love is the best love. That is the self-love lesson we can learn from Nicole Linton. If I was her friend, I would wish for her to get mentally healthy while she's incarcerated, and to find inner peace and inner happiness, and to just take responsibility for her actions. We all have to pay for our actions eventually. Unfortunately, she has to pay for she has to have 6 deaths on her back, which is so sad, all over allegedly an argument with a boyfriend. Ladies, we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to put our mental health first. We have to put ourselves first. And we have to focus on ourselves, knowing our worths, and knowing that a man does not define who we are as women. Nicole Lorraine Linton seemed like such a beautiful woman. It's so sad that 6 lives were lost and 1 life will be spent in prison for maybe her whole entire life. So sad. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how you feel and what you think about this situation.